Hey everyone, Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and I thought a great recipe to have in the pocket for Thanksgiving dinner, if you're trying to make it a little more keto friendly, is some dinner rolls. We're gonna make some butter topped pull apart dinner rolls in the video today. I'm going to be using my egg white bread dry mix. I have a video where I show putting this all together. It just makes things easier and more streamlined in the kitchen. I will have a link to that video where I go over all of the ingredients in the mix up in the cards and in the description. And I will also have this recipe written out with the ingredients broken down just in case you don't have the mix mixed up already or you don't want to mix it up. So you can still make it even if you don't have the mix, but to keep it simple in the video, I'm just going to be using the mix. So first thing I'm going to do is add 295 milliliters of water to my KitchenAid bowl. Next, I'm going to add in 165 grams of my dry mix. And if you have made a mix that doesn't have the optional add-ins, you would do 145 grams. I'm just going to get this stirred up with my whisk here real quick before we head over to the KitchenAid. I'm also going to go ahead and measure out my fat ingredients. I have butter powder and I have egg yolk powder, and I'm just going to measure these out into a little bowl and they'll just be ready for when the egg white mixture is all whipped up. As always with any egg white bread recipe, you want to kind of move quickly. You don't want the batter to be sitting for any length of time. So just getting these things prepped ahead of time will make it easy when it's time to throw them in. We're going to do 24 grams of butter powder, and that is about 1/4 of a cup. And we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of the egg yolk powder. And the egg yolk powder can clump a little bit, so it's helpful to mix it into the any other powders like the butter powder if you can, so that it doesn't clump when we put it into the egg whites. So I'm just gonna mix this up a little bit, try to incorporate the 2 powders together. While I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and get my oven preheated to 325 degrees. All right, normally I would do this part while the batter is whipping up, but you would not be able to hear me if I waited until then. So I'm just gonna do it real quick now. I like to use an ice cream scoop to portion out the rolls. This is a great tip from Amy, who is not on YouTube anymore, but she has some incredible recipes, and her Hawaiian rolls just broke the internet, and she used a scoop to scoop them out. Anyways, they were amazing. I'm going to coat the ice cream scoop with coconut oil. That just helps the batter to come out kind of nicely out of the scoop. Otherwise it can be kind of sticky. And in the summertime, I typically will stick the scoop into the fridge while I'm waiting until it's time to use it, just so the coconut oil doesn't melt. But it is not summertime right now, and my house is cool enough that I think the coconut oil will be fine here. So I just have that nicely coated, and it'll be waiting here until I'm ready to use it. A big thank you to Element for sponsoring today's video. If you have watched me for any length of time, you know that I absolutely love using Element as my electrolyte supplement. They make it so fun to take my electrolytes, both their super refreshing fruity flavors, as well as the chocolate warm flavors that they have for the winter time. Taking my electrolytes is like a treat to me, so I always remember to do it. And being consistent with taking my electrolytes has given me so many health benefits. Probably the number one benefit that I noticed pretty quickly after I got consistent with my electrolytes is that I didn't have to get up and go to the bathroom throughout the night. Getting all of that extra sleep is fantastic for so many aspects of health. So currently Element is offering a special deal to any of my viewers, any of you guys. If you want to get a free sample pack to try all of their regular flavors, all you have to do is use my link, the one here on the screen or down in the description. Just use that link, drinkelement.com/indigo, drinklmnt.com/indigo. Follow that link, place an order for anything on the website. Maybe you want to try the chocolate caramel salt that is freshly back and a permanent flavor now. Just order anything off of the website and you will automatically get the free sample pack. Thanks again to Element for sponsoring the video today. They are a huge supporter of my channel, and it means so much to me when you guys support the companies that do support my channel. All right, now that we're all prepped, we can go ahead and get this whipped up. I'm gonna start the mixer out on low and then slowly increase the speed to high. That just avoids the splattering. And then once it's at high, I will whip it for like 5 or so minutes until I get a nice thick shaving cream-like consistency. All right, we got a real nice thick consistency, and now I'm gonna go ahead and add in my fat powders and just get them mixed up until they're mixed through. I don't wanna whip it at this point. All right, head back over to the pan. Gonna mix this up a little bit by hand just to make sure all the powder got mixed through. Now, the tricky part here is to portion the batter out just right so that I get the 12 rolls and they're all the same size. It's not easy. If I had a dough that I could just, you know, portion like a bread dough, that would be nice, but it just doesn't quite work that way, so you kind of have to do it by feel. See, I should have made them a little bit bigger to start out with, and then I wouldn't have so much batter left over. I'm gonna have to cook this a little bit in something else because I don't want to mess up the visual appeal of this, but I could have scooped the batter a lot fuller with the scoop, but it'll be fine. I'm gonna throw these into the oven at 325 for about 10 minutes. I just want them to get a little bit firmed up so that I can brush butter on top of them, and then I'll sprinkle on flake salt. Four more going in. While those are cooking, I am going to get my butter melted. I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of butter, and it's going to be melted, and then I can use a basting brush to baste it over the top. So I like to do flake salt on the top of these. I found this tub of flake salt at Costco. I was so excited. We love this stuff. The added saltiness is just such a nice touch on these rolls, but you could also do, with the butter at this point, you could do some fresh herbs and make like an herb butter roll. That would be another great topping. You could do things like everything but the bagel seasoning. You can make them onion rolls by adding like some grated onion on top. There's all kinds of ways you can modify this, but we're going to keep it simple and just do the flake salt today. 10 minutes is up and these look so fun. They kind of look like marshmallows at this point. Okay, so I'm going to brush on the butter and then sprinkle with the flake salt. All right, back into the oven. These go for probably 15 minutes, but I'll let you know exactly how much it ends up being. I saved a little butter for these, and I was thinking I'd go ahead and just put some everything but the bagel seasoning on these ones just for fun and for variety. This is the everything but the bagel seasoning I've been using. I found it at Costco. Back into the oven these go. These are done. Oh, they look so perfect. So it took 20 more minutes. So I did the 10 minutes, I brushed the butter and did the salt, and then it took 20 more minutes after that. These ones over here actually cooked a lot faster because the pan they're on is darker and doesn't have the sides on there. So it cooked a lot faster, got pretty brown. So these ones only took 15 minutes after I brushed with butter. So the pan that you cook on really does make a difference. So definitely watch the bread and pull it out when it looks done. I let these cool down for about 5 minutes and they're, you know, ready to serve at this point. And like all egg white bread, it tastes the best fresh, in my opinion. So I do recommend cooking these, you know, right before the meal. If you do need to make them ahead of time and reheat them, I recommend some kind of toasting. If you're able to put them in an air fryer or a toaster oven or even a broil in the oven real quick, That's going to get them crisped up again. The tops can get sticky as they cool and when they're stored for a little while. But once you toast or broil, they crisp right back up. So you don't have to worry about those sticky tops. This video wouldn't be complete without pulling these apart and showing you guys the inside texture. So here we go. Super satisfying. Yum. You can see the inside texture there where it broke apart. And I will do a little knife cut as well. So you can see a fresh cut inside texture. There we go. Got all those nice big bubbles in there from the butter powder and the yolk powder. That's what gives the nice texture rather than a memory foam type texture. So that is definitely key. These smell so amazing. The butter kind of like caramelizes and like just the smell of the butter and the breadiness. It does smell like bread. Even though there's no yeast, it doesn't smell like yeast specifically, but there's something really bready about it. And the butter mixed with that, oh my gosh, it smells so, so good. And these ones are super soft. These ones don't have added like fiber powder that gives a little bit more chew. So they're very, very soft, very cloud-like, and just absolutely perfect for a side dish for Thanksgiving. These also are really great for making sliders. I do have a video where I made some barbecue pork sliders with a recipe similar to this. I will link that in the cards if you're interested, but fantastic for so many applications. But I think Thanksgiving, they're just gonna make a perfect addition to the table without adding all of the wheat and the carbs and the gluten that would come with a regular dinner roll. I hope you guys all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanks so much for hanging out in the kitchen with me today, and I will just see you again in the next video.